Well, it's another Sunday, so I'm back. Welcome to the strange... That doesn't look right. Hang on. Welcome to the Strange Net. My name is Tojal. I am, have been, and always will be your very own stranger. Please excuse me while I do some maintenance. That's better. And today we're gonna do some more Cultist Simulator. Unfortunately, last time we lost our run, so, not quite starting from the beginning, but definitely not the same level of progress we were at last time. So we're gonna have to deal with that. And of course there's more restlessness incoming. Why wouldn't there be? At least we're stocking up on some glimmerings. That hunter's gonna be here for a while. Might as well start exploring the city. I guess I should have sent Ranira for that. Oh well. Do I want you? No, not really. One moment. Alright, I'm back. Dog wanted out. An intensity of 3 is not the best thing to get out of that. That's the Strange Streets by Moonlight. That's the way to the white door. And that's a freak limiting. Now I just need one more. And there's the last one. That one better than expected. Pulsing airs, that's technically not a, or that's not just technically not a problem, that's just not a problem. What is gonna be a problem if I don't get rid of it is this fascination. One of those is gonna turn into Dread, but that's fine. Alright, hang on. You know what? Well, what's going on? Thread is solving itself. Don't have to worry about the fascination. Who desires but acts not, breed pestilence. Let's exercise our imagination. Ah, god dang it. I should have figured. Oh well. Vitality is fairly easy to get together normally. One second. Oh look, I'm sick. Of course I am. And now my soul lies ready. Jeez, what the hell was that? Behold, they stand at my door and knock. If I hear any voice, I will open the door, and they will come in to me, and sup with them, and they with me. God damn you, Alexis Kennedy. Do not read that. Instead, learn how to click and drag properly, Dojel. Hooray! More pulsing air. This time I actually want those. Actually, I don't know the Latin. Victor. That's an NFT though. Ooh, they're interested in my random collection of essays. Pass through the white door. That fascination will decay by itself. Looks like the wolf undivided, or the wolf divided wants something to do with me again. Which is perfect because I can't really work anyway. I will taste what the Grail has prescribed. I will be light and torn and sweet on deeper grooves. Phantom collection of essays. When did I say phantom? Also, ghost rises are everywhere. Nice job, Valen. I mean, it's probably possible that I did say that. I didn't mean it, but that's a different conversation entirely. Also, hello, Valen. Nice to see you as always. De Horace. So the problem I have now is that I don't know which books I've read and which I haven't. I don't think I've read De Horace. Oh no, I'm sick again. Whatever shall become of me? Traveling at night. Also, apparently, Weather Factory are making a Disco Elysium style RPG. A flawless physique, machine perfection, sinew-bound ivory tied in satin skin. From here, I can only deteriorate. Oh look, I'm out of... Wait, I'm not out of... But that'll give me notoriety, so I don't want to do that. That's when it tries to give me a patron and there aren't any. That will fill the void in for a lot of people. Will it? Oh, because there won't be another Disco Elysium? I mean, assuming they trust Weather Factory, I mean, this is a pretty niche set of games. I mean, I guess so is Disco Elysium, but you know what I mean. Anyway. Latin. The colors of night are basic bitch paints this time. Oh no, I'm sick again. I think you think Supernatural and Occult has a higher audience reach. Not that Disco Elysium didn't have either of that, but you couldn't get the settings premise out until a few hours in. Maybe. Maybe. I mean, it's more normal on the surface of it, aside from the part where you start the game having drugged yourself into oblivion. I guess I could have done that one notoriety. The dances draw from the traditions of the Mysteries, of the cults of Isis and of Qibla, but include both symbolic and literal flames, and the human heart is always central in the rites. The author punctuates his accounts with queasily sensuous descriptions of his own interrupted feasts. I guess I'll just read all of them again. Though I will be less particular about reading books in order. The Phasmophobia and indie horror game crowd would love a narrative RPG with those kinds of elements. I guess. I mean, it definitely can work. I'm not saying it won't work, I'm just saying I'm not sure what the audience reach would be exactly. But then again, why would I know it? That sounds sarcastic, but then again, I am not an expert on these things. I mean, I like these games, but that's also because I'm weird. And I genuinely like getting into a world where the rules are slightly different. My lock hanger on. Anything can have reach if you give it to a popular enough VTuber. Honestly, I would love... Who would I wonder if... I know none of us have the reach, but I wonder if Shiori Novella would be interested in Book of Hours. Even just for being on brand. At those greater feasts, a black pig is always crowned as king before it's slain. On this occasion, its heart was weighed in the balance against a knot of feathers, and its skin became a cape for the officiant. Its flesh was left for the crows, but I must confess my interest was not in its carcass, but in the perfumed flesh of the milliner laid fresh in the earth. That is so many capital letters. Where's the glossary? She has the patience to learn the systems and the curiosity to be engaged. Again, there's a reason why I suggest Book of Hours specifically, because 1, you are a literal librarian in that game, and 2, the game's not trying to kill you. Like, the main... Oh, look, an NFT. The main reason why I don't recommend this game to everyone is this game is trying to kill you. Constantly. And I don't know if everyone would enjoy that. And now the erudition grind. That is not erudition. That is fascination, just only in 2 minutes. Honestly, you know what I wish we could use AI for? Like, because in general, I'm not in favor of, well, I'm not gonna claim to be in favor of using AI for things. But sometimes I wish I could, like, there was an AI that could, when games provide you excerpts of books, take those excerpts and turn them into a full book. But of course, there is always the issue of AIs being built on stolen content. So I don't know what the ethics of that would be. I just think that would be a fun idea. In an ideal world where there were no ethical problems with the idea. I wonder if I can combine this with the edition. That would be cool. While I continue to draw a crowd with my weird talking. I will eventually recruit all these people, just... not yet. Portrait of Light. Nope, not this time. That does work. I'd actually never tested that before. I guess that is a way of increasing your erudition more rapidly. Mind you, if we did that on games like this where there are dozens of books, that would take ages to read through all of it. And it would be mostly nonsense because, you know, AI makes mostly nonsense. But a man can dream, damn it. Just insert these excerpts into the Library of Babel and keep searching until you find something entirely legible. That would take forever, I know that. It's just a funny thought. Babel? Babel? How do you guys say that? Not what I wanted, but I'll take it. Time to sell out. I don't know how painting about lessons learned makes me remember them longer. Actually, that does sound realistic now that I think about it. Surely I must have them all by now. 5, 10... Nope, not even close. There are 21 of them. I know that because there are 5 groups of 3 and 3 groups of 2. I'll take a Forgotten Chronicle. Not what I was looking for, but I swear to God, one of those used to have an edition. And now how about I put some actual effort into the painting? One of the downsides of the hybrid reputation and passion slots is that you can either put effort in or coast on your reputation. You can't really do both. Which, I'm not sure if that's meaningful or just a limitation of the system. Thanks, RiloBybot. Always forgot how fucking long it takes to get, well, it should take 27 minutes, well, plus 5, so 32 minutes. But every time it draws a fucking, patron in, while they don't have any patrons. It's an extra minute, I guess. Also, isn't it 2 minutes? It's fucking long, anyway. It takes forever to get all your cultists in a row. And here we have Victor's twin. I'm gonna assume that it's twin. I did not want a glimmering. I swear there used to be an erudition in there somewhere. What am I doing with the old man and the bookshop this time? What do you mean with the old man? The bookshop's already sold out, so... I'm not sure what you mean by the old man, though. Yeah, I mean, I've just been buying books without commenting on it. Like, that's just how you start early game, is you buy books and you read them. You thought an old man employed you from book... Oh, no. I'm sorry, that's a bit dismissive. The old man at the start is not from a bookshop. The old man is someone who's, I guess, dying in the hospital. And you are a temp at a hospital, and then you get laid off, and then the old man dies and names you in his will or something, I believe is how that sequence went. Or leaves you a bunch of slightly occult stuff in any way. I don't know if you're a temp, but in any case, you get fired at some point for extremely unspecific reasons. An intensity of radiance, that's actually convenient. Also, that's only in the Aspirant start, because... or the Aspirant start. Why don't you decide how that is pronounced? That... The Aspirant, June 28th, once again. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean. Oh, these are going to decay by the time this ends, doesn't it? Aren't they? Oh well. C'est la vie. Except that's not how you say that. It's c'est la vie. Oh god, the restlessness is here again, and of course Dread season is upon us. One of those two is gonna decay. And I honestly wonder if I'm better off letting them. That is unhelpful. Who's investigating me this run? The same motherfucker as last time. It's always the weird detective first. There are more competent investigators after that one if he becomes undisposed for whatever reason. The problem is I can't let that decay because the restlessness is. Because this is gonna absorb them immediately. I'm sure you could mod that out of the game if you want, because this game does have Steam Workshop, but I'm not a modder. Hopefully this leads to some contentment. Forgotten Chronicle. Something tells me I have been mistaken about this path leading to erudition. Where did I get Dread? Oh wait, never mind. Fortunately, I don't have to fill out all 4 slots if I don't have the passion. Ah, fuck it. Let's misbehave for once. What are they gonna do? Make some tentative evidence? You know what? Can I? Go to the stag door. The ascent is slow. Winds from nowhere pluck at me. My skin is stained with light. The wood shivers with motion far below. Let's actually go into some dreams we haven't been in before. Oh, maybe. Because this one has a skill check. Well, not really a skill check, but this one you can't just get into by default. A hanger on. I believe that is the edge one. The cloud sport. Oh look, I'm sick again. Fortunately, I work out too much to remain sick. And by working out, I mean I carry shit around. The stag door, a breached barrier of a blood-streaked horn, huge enough for a ship to pass it. It was broken long ago, and even now the scars are not quite healed. In a declivity beside the door rests a vast and wounded golden head. Its mouth would be large enough to swallow me were its jaw not shattered. It is the name Girby. It begins to intone its riddle. Where is the queen who was not born? Answer this riddle to pass the stag door and be accounted unknown. That sounds like it's a knock. The answer would be a knock answer. So, I don't think I have the answer to that. Oh well, worth a shot. Oh wait, this is Moth. And oh look, there's the restlessness again, of course. Oh no, tentative evidence, whatever shall I do? You don't have enough to convict me on. The red cup, the cup of drowning and devouring, waits in my dreams. If I learn the Grail lore and I dream of this temptation, I can advance my purpose. The need gnaws at me. I could achieve experiences of an intensity few could imagine. Because it occurred to me that I don't think I have read those yet. Right, Dojel. Don't forget to actually get better from sickness. Why is that something you can forget? I don't know. Maybe that's realistic. Let's go look at the auction house. On NFT. I guess I'll bid the minimum amount on it. That's probably a waste of time, but then again we are made of time. That is not an NFT. I believe that is the third book of the Orchid Transfigurations. A deeper concentration. I will be relentless. I will not be denied. Pope Clinton, or Pope Clifton even. And it begins. What did I just buy? A true and complete accounting of the Asclepian mysteries of the roots of the house. I'm gonna go one more and then I'm gonna stop, because last time I got into an insane bidding war over this fucking roll of film. Stillness is the virtue, a silent intent. This chilly stillness is the stillness of certainty. Anyway, who wants to fucking read something? The parallels in mystic dreams experienced by carpenters, masons, and other artisans, and what they purport to reveal about the architecture of the world. Sometimes mordant, sometimes funny. No one has ever explained why Galmier devoted herself to this quixotic exploration of artisans' dreams. The word quixotic will never not be kind of silly to me. Also, while I'm doing all of this stuff, might as well. Holy shit, I actually got the roll. Stum! A can of nitrate film labeled Stum, silent, or perhaps mute. The director's name, Jarnik Krosse, is shakily appended. I think that's supposed to be pronounced Jarnik, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna choose to pronounce it as such. One moment. Alright, I'm back. Time and again we hear of the wood, which rises from the world's foundation. All trees reach for light. What does the wood reach for? Is there a difference between light and light? I think the key to dreams of the wood might be one of these. The one that isn't exactly real. The wood lies outside the walls of the Manses. As any student of history knows, the Manses has no walls. Gothicaro. My selection must be getting close to complete by now. Which I would probably know if I'd bothered to organize any of these guys. Unintensity of radiance, not ideal. Might as well sell my NFT if I'm not gonna be bidding on any auctions. Illopoli described how he came to make repeated visits to a dream wood via what he calls the Silver Dreams. Trying to explain your way to the wood, he explained. Trying to think your way to the wood, he explains, is like drinking your way to being in love. But I did find a secret that helped. Who wants to read something new? Except we have to rent a projector for this one. Because funny enough, we can't read nitrate film. The film rattles through the projector, glows silently on the wall. It is a story of a foolish student of forbidden sciences who recruits a dancer to entice the dead back into the world through a flaw in its skin. It's a fiction, but here on the title card is laid out the operation of the declining sun. And that one I know I didn't read because last time I tried to bid for that and I was overbid 5 fucking times. Which, fun fact, has never happened to me in this game before. I'll just take it for the proof. I should also start exploring these, these are called scraps. The rite is depicted in chilling detail. Here is the flaw in the world, an influence shimmering in luminous paint. Here is the dancer, establishing an irresistible rhythm. Here the scholar recites the operation, and now the misty dead whirls through the flaw to consume him. The film closes to the dancer's watchful eyes. Had she intended it all from the start? An operation of the declining sun. This should be here. This invokes, acknowledges, and welcomes the passage to silence. That is not Latin, Dojel. That is Greek. Please, you have a system. Please actually use it. It's another peculiar rumor. I can't do anything with that. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 20, 23. That doesn't seem right. It's only supposed to be 21. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, I have everyone. Well, time to get to recruiting then. Recruit and evade creators by invoking Grail. This one is ready. How did I manage to overcount by 2 last time? Holy shit, there was erudition, just not on that side. I should not have gone back into the dream. Fortunately, it's fine. They will not forget the savor I have given them. A paw. I should probably actually not do them like that. I could actually also consider getting a real job. Now that I don't have to constantly deal with trying to upgrade myself. This is very obviously not an antique text. At the very least, it has been badly mutilated, but it contains substantial intriguing material, especially a persuasive comparison of the many-portaled house without walls to the human body. Sorry for that noise I made right there. I know the silent woman might go somewhere where I can predict them, though I don't know where the second one is. Falciana? For the truth, I'll take it. Oh god, I went into the fucking dream again. I have the memory of a goldfish, I swear to god. Wait. Rendera is already a believer. I need you. I believe Rendera should go here. Oh no, I have some dread and some restlessness is coming up next. The direction of death is down, the book explains. The peacock door has been considered a rent or an abrasion, but in some respects is more like a mouth, if not a treasured point of entry. Discussion of the doors include a rite which may conjure creatures through those doors, although key incantations are missing. And we get the words that walk, and the rite of the map's edge, which is actually a really useful rite. Honestly, the usefulness of a rite depends entirely, in my opinion, on what is being sacrificed. If what is being sacrificed is temporary anyway, well, then that's a good thing to sacrifice. Tristan, a believer. Tristan is Forge, which goes here. Salama understands blood. He does not yet understand birth. I should probably... I've already read all of these, so... The problem with a narrative-focused roguelite is that when you lose your run, you have to read the same things again if you want to read them again. Elizabeth. Oh, that's a promotion. We don't need a promotion. Oh. One furtive truth. Mostly because I can't. I don't have enough Grail Aspect to promote them yet. I need a total of 7 Grail power, and I only have access to 4 if I use a Grail Believer and 2 otherwise, so... I will be promoting them later when I'm able to, but right now I am not able to. And of course, restlessness always comes twice in a row for some reason. But that's okay. A red secret. Second one, I guess. Speaking of Grail time, time to feast. Enjoy your dinner. Oh no, I am sick. Whatever shall I do? If only I worked out enough to not get sick IRL. I mean... if only that was a thing. Although, technically you do still get sick, you just immediately unsick yourself. Or I guess after a day. Flood, or pseudo-flood, suggests alignments between the alchemical tradition of Rubedo and the older Grail tradition, though through the Pine Knight's quest for the Cinnabar Cup. Another intensity of radiance. Fortunately, at least this one will solve itself pretty quickly, I think. Also, in my defense, I do work out a little now. Not nearly enough, but still. You know what? Let's go get a real job. Translated, one that maybe at some point might pay a little better. A junior position at Glover and Glover. I'm pretty sure I haven't read the Horus yet. Not in full, at least. Translated, anyway. And one for extra Forgotten Chronicle, which is always nice. The Great Mother remembers. A Latin book. If only I still needed to learn Latin, but I might as well bid on it. Who knows? Who knows, there is that small chance that someone else bids on it, and I won't continue bidding, and if not, there is also that small chance that I might get more for it than I bid on it. It's not a reliable way of making money, but also, who gives a shit? It's free money. It's an investment that can only ever break even, as long as I only ever invest one coin. A promotion. I'm gonna not read this quite yet. And I'm gonna get rid of this fascination before it causes problems. Crack this in two. And by before I mean it's gonna cause problems in about 20 seconds. And I would rather it not do that. Something's wrong with my layout. Is this an entirely OCD thing to do? Maybe. Hey look, I broke even. Woe is me. And now we deal with Mr. Alden's bullshit. Oh no, my NFT. Someone wants to pay 2 coins for it. I guess this is not a coin, but an unspecified amount of funds. A day's allowance or something. Might as well an IOU. I mean, it's literal money, I think. Like, it's funds, it's just an unspecified amount of funds. And every so often, you have a bill that requires this amount of funds. And if you don't have those funds, then you go hungry. So, you know. Neville. And slowly order forms from the chaos of random people. Or randomly laid out people. People themselves aren't that random. Mr. Alden's being a dick again. Sanskrit reader. Might as well. Rose. Might as well recruit Victor too then. Whoops, I'm being outbid. Honestly, if these two are gonna be twins, I should put them together. For no other reason than, honestly, just because. Actually, I'm gonna get some more funds going for a bit. It's funny how this game feels incredibly old-fashioned, but yet we appear to be somewhere in the 20th century. I think. Was the year 1916 invoked, or was it 1860? Anyway, late industrial, early modern age. I mean, it's definitely not 1960. Jesus Christ, Ojal, what is wrong with you? 1860. And Miss all cleared, and after that my collection should be complete. I'm gonna grab one more piece of secret history. I don't need it, but I don't like having an incomplete set. Honestly, the entire set needs to go up one again. You know, this would all be resolved if I didn't refuse to go outside of this inner box for no particular reason. Is that a rational decision? Absolutely the fuck not. One thing I wish I could do about this game is force the top half of the bottom half of a card to always be on top of the top half of a card. Like, so that the label is always legible. That would give me so much more space efficiency. Because otherwise, if I do this, and then this, the middle card is buried, and that's annoying. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Let's go to another auction. One collection of poetry. I guess I'll take it. Oh. And slowly, order emerges from the chaos. And I do mean slowly. Hooray, I've won the auction. Time to re-auction it immediately. My set of followers is also complete. So now I can consider making sacrifices. And start looting places again. Hooray for restlessness. Oh no, the auction house ran out of real things to sell. One icy atmosphere. Probably not the correct time to grab that actually. I do love that the fact that the game explains that this is junk and you only got it because you dug out the real pool of items to get. Honestly, how bad could one dread be? poem elliptically describes a war between beasts, weather phenomena, and arcane concept. It's quite specific about their tactics. Well, guess that's not decaying anyway. Let's go see if my pawn can find the strange streets by moonlight. Holy shit, he actually did. So what's the sunset? An invocation, an assistance, and an offering. Oh, that's why. Edge. Or heart. Or forge. Well, I have none of those. That's not going to be fast enough, is it? Oh well. And here's more dread. Oh god, I just realized I'm letting the dread get out of control. I should do something about that. The Chiliarch lesson. I don't even know what a Chiliarch is. Well, that is not what I wanted. Well, time to get fired because I need to do something about this. Well, that was unideal. And yet I am gonna have to sit on my restless list for a bit. Is that cheating the game? Yes. Do I care? Not really. Oh look, more craziness. Actually, that might be really bad. Got some erudition on hand. Wait, that doesn't help. Thank God for the fleeting reminiscence. Jesus. Game actually working out in my favor for once. That's one problem solved. For now, at least. Jesus Christ. if I let this decay into dread, because this is gonna go away by itself. This is gonna grab contentment as soon as it cycles. I think. I hope. So this goes my way by itself. This goes into dread. I can kill the highest duration fascination with that. Then I can continue working at Glover and Glover. Which one lasts the longest? You and you. Also, fuck off with this fascination, man. I know I can technically use it, but Jesus Christ, calm down. That could have gone real bad for a second there. What the... People really need to stop making shaking emotes. It's kind of distracting. Alright, a fucking pain. Jesus Christ game. And here's hoping I don't have too many good days. I guess while I'm doing this, I might as well. Right, that got bad for a second there, but back to relative normality. Whoops, that is not how you do that. Oh, my way. Mr. Alden's being a dick again. Pulsing airs. Not what I wanted, but could be worse. And here are the strange streets by moonlight. So now we can go look for some knock influence. Some days are better than others. Icy atmosphere. I'll take it. I don't know what the odds are of him demanding overtime, but he does it pretty frequently. So I'm guessing not low. Oh, hang on, that's the wrong right. I don't have any tools yet. And some knock influence, and I'll summon one of the voiceless dead. And a subtle fracture. Perfect. Time to get fired. And honestly, while I'm doing all of that, might as well. Oh, that is not the one I want to talk with. Might as well get some commissions. Unfortunately, the commissions are not for paintings. This isn't the 21st century. Fuck it, why not? And if I... Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Oh well, it's fine. You need to be on that end. You know what? I might as well just take this deal now. We know what the deal is. She's gonna eat one of my... She's gonna eat this pawn in particular. Because that's the most expendable one. I have this feeling that I might as well do this. Congregation of Saint Felix of Schuren, why not? Saint Felix of Schuren even. Saint Felix even. There are so many ways of saying things. Oh no, I'm sick. Thank you for the money. Mademoiselle Bichette, I think that's what that says. And Dr. Ibn al-Adim. A potent deception, we have brought here with us certain sacred texts, whose meaning is apparent only in moonlight. And now the question, will they eat our voiceless dead? Well, not literally eat, but you know what I mean. And the answer is no. Faith is a double-edged weapon. These monks have great talent in the matter of believing, and so they have believed our lies. Well, that was fascination. Honestly though, having one fascination ticking isn't the end of the world. It's annoying, but it's also one dread I don't have to deal with. Ojal. Pay attention, dude. Kione at Abydos. The entity called Kione arrives in a blizzard and demands the city gates are barred. As Abydos falls under her spells, the dead return, but do not speak. no, the sickness has returned. I've gotten down with the sickness. Oh, there's so many events going around. The offshoot favored by Wasney, the true sisterhood, followed Saint Respicuous in pursuing ascension in the name of the door in the eye, the merciless hour of light. Saint Respicuous failed, perhaps because the larger sisterhood tracked him down and ritually strangled him, but Wasney outlined steps for those who hope to succeed. Speaking of hopes to succeed, I should probably meditate on the pursuit of sensation. Blood's dedication. I will dedicate myself to the pursuit of sensation. Unfortunately, the door in the eye is a lantern hour, not a Grail hour. Thanks for clarifying. I didn't even... So the door in the eye is actually another way of referring to the Watchman. Because reasons, I guess. They have multiple designations. You didn't know it meant that? Well, to be fair, I didn't highlight that it meant that before. Anyway, thanks for my bronze Spintria. Here we have a book on Fusine. Traveling at Night, Volume 3. And of course, some notoriety that I should probably do something about. But first, I would like this evidence to go away. And also, I would like to sell this Greek grammar book. Seek in dreams, seek the monsters. The third mark can be achieved only when one has passed the stack door. One must pass this wood. One must rise to the white door. The stag door awaits the light bearer in the sight of Kirby. And Kirby is that motherfucker who gave us that riddle we can't solve. Well, that's an image. I have dedicated myself to the immortal pursuit of sensation. The birth and the feast, as they say. I have managed to paint for just short enough that I am not getting fired. Auction, a total lack of interest. No one is impressed. The auctioneer's gavel bangs. My item has sold, but for a sum so trifling as to not be worth recording. And somehow that still means I'm getting 1 coin out of it. Alright, and now the question of the hour. Will my minions succeed? I should probably have read that. Anyway, Wainscot histories. Gore does not mention the monsters directly, but constantly quote metaphorical references to ascending the staircase of years, to the doors of sleep, and to the blue light of dawn suggest he had commerce with the unseen world. Holy shit, he succeeded. I'm pretty sure these minions aren't going to be particularly helpful for the rest of these, though. Maybe I can send them to the Forsaken Reach. Mr. Alden's being a dick again. Yeah, I guess I might as well send someone. Not that it's gonna help, but... It was common in that time to speak of the division of the sun, by which contemporaries understood the eruption of barbarian forces and of their uncouth gods. Hersalt's treatise on other places. The walls of the monsters, Hersalt begins, are the size of starlight. Maneuverings and directions are equally unhelpful, but common relationships do emerge. We call upon the Watchman, who is not compassionate. The Watchman shows mercy neither to our obstacles nor to us. If we're lucky, we may make it through. We're not gonna be seeing the low-level ones very often. Honestly, I'm taking a risk by sending Pope Clifton here now. I'm gonna send a second coin. If we don't need it, it'll come back. Safe across the treacherous ground. Oh look, we lucked out. That was actually kind of unexpected. Because this one is a hidden door, which is lantern or knock. And this one is a curse, which is heart or lantern, I believe? I don't remember all too well. And anyway, none of those are particularly, or where the voiceless dead are gonna be particularly helpful. Didn't that hospital fuck me over last time? The hospital didn't, but one of the ones with a curse absolutely did. A picturesque account of a journey through nightmare, interspersed with what might be partial rites. On the 18th ascent is the bud. On the 36th ascent, the blossom. Illipid's disquisitions on fire and the unburned god are interrupted by passages of a distractingly erotic poetry addressed to Baldomera. Yeah. Somehow there are still lovers in this game. Technically, you can also date some of your followers. I'm just never interested in doing that. It's not really my style. Hang on, I think. Marriage? I don't know about marriage. You can ascend together. Maybe I should try that. Caters off. Here is a capacious. Well, I've read that before, so. Systems that I just do not interact with generally. It's kind of out of the way and kind of gets in the way a little bit, in my opinion, and I'm just not that attached to. Holy shit, he's not been a dick for once. To reach the stag door, I believe that all you really need is to want something enough. But I've never wanted anything that much, except of course Baldomera, and I'm very much afraid that the knot in the story is this. What Baldomera wants is the stag door. But here's something I learned in Persia. Perhaps it'll teach you what you want. And here is a bunch of random nonsense. No, let's just send these two to the Forsaken Reach. Vital Pigman, Metavine Idol. Yeah, shut up. That pawn's gonna go crazy anyway when I promote him. Alright, there is a treacherous crown. Slee, I'm gonna put you in danger. Holy shit, he's finally stopped being a dick. An unmerciful mantra. Mercy, Seth the Watchman, is found only in shadow. Gonna burn that fascination before it becomes a problem. Go away! It's funny. I'm completely in control of that, and yet I still get mad at the game for doing that. I am, as they say, a well-adjusted individual. Well, that notoriety is gonna get consumed. It's fine. Thanks for the chilly atmosphere, Miss LaSalle. If I had a slightly stronger Grail lore, I could do something with that. Bong. Something tells me they didn't make it over the bridge. The laws of Nuriel. Saint Tryphon, Nuriel explains, performed the secret miracles in the name of she who bleeds and bears and she who opens. Thus Saint Tryphon opened the way to the house of the sun. Thus Saint Tryphon underwent the great birth and ascension to immortality. That sounds like it might be the path I'm on. We call upon the watchman who illuminates. And shit, it's been turned into evidence. Tryf began his ascension by passing the horn door. He continued it by learning the invocation Tyathic, which Nuriel does not record on account of its extreme holiness. And Nuriel explains grimly, to achieve the 7 marks of the Great Birth, St. Tryphon consumed both those whose soul had left him, and even those in whom the soul remained. That sounds almost like cannibalism. The Grail has touched me with her wonderful fingers. It is almost time to perform the work and begin the changes, but I must have enough Grail Aspirant. Exploration might find more. And in the meantime, I get a fucking dread. Or a restlessness. Logistical difficulties. Supplies are not low, shut up. The wrong kind of attention. Fortunately, I don't have any notoriety for him to be interested in. Unfortunately, I let the time take a little bit too long. Bancroft seems to have been a talented adept, but devoted his energies to frustratingly whimsical projects, arranging grape-fetching races between monster spirits, teaching Percuskins to juggle, and conjuring storms of imaginary blossoms for the Rose Witch Ayrshire, who resolutely refused to ever to couple with him. Bancroft spends 20 pages bemoaning this last. Well, time to get fired again. Ooh. Off you fuck! The mantra here is recorded in a high-end exacting magic which can be used to pledge one's spirit to the watchman, beginning an ascent to the house. Bancroft boasts of his ability to recite it when in his cups. He also had it set to music for a performance with fireworks at Vauxhall Gardens. Refulgin and the Rose of Hypatia. I'm trying to remember which one of these. I think it's this one that is susceptible to my voiceless dead. Should have guessed that would fail, to be honest. Saint Nympha is described as not born, but cultivated. The sentience that became the saint. Hypatia indicates, inhabited a sinner's corpse in order to enable that sinner's redemption. That was not read correctly by me. The expedition continues. Holy shit, Lucia. Hi. Welcome. Welcome to the Strange Net. As you can see, we are playing Cultist Simulator. I do this every Sunday. How was stream, Lucia? We call upon the Forge of Days, who remakes with fire. You were playing some Skyrim. Well enough. Oh, nice. I guess that's good. I don't really know how to act when someone raids me. Well, we are ready with the Forge's fire. We might be able to penetrate this warded door. It will be a struggle, except it won't, because we call upon the Forge of Days, who ends what will not change. Which of these numbers is higher? Okay. Tick, tock, tick, stop. Fuck this restlessness and fuck the suppression bureau. You have some beef with Elder Scrolls Skyrim, but I'm forcing yourself to play through it with a new non-biased. That's possible. I mean, I can kind of get having a beef with Skyrim. I tried Skyrim a while ago, and honestly, the game without mods is not very fun for me. I mean, obviously, the purposes of doors. Doors have two purposes: to open and to remain closed. This door remains true to its second purpose. Hopefully it doesn't kill one of my, or wound one of my actual followers. How long ago is it? I should not read out conversations between my chatters. Dojel, what is wrong with you? Sleepy time junction, cause work is coming soon. Have a good night, Lucia. Thanks for stopping by and dropping your folks off. Oh. Dojel, don't get fired. How long ago did... Oh. How long ago did I play Skyrim? More than 5 years. Okay, Steam, I know it... Okay, Twitch, I know it's a raider. You can stop telling me that. This door is going down, whether it likes it or not. Or at least I hope it will. Just as much as I hope that this notoriety will not fuck me over. It won't! Nice. That'll go away by itself. This door is being very stubborn. I wish I knew where I could get some medium tier Grail influences. But that I can't quite remember. Oh look, we're getting restless again. Are you fucking shitting me? Fuck this door, man. Stop time. Like, I know that the odds are about a coin flip, but... Or a little better than a coin flip, but Jesus Christ, man. At least I don't think that a door is able to wound my people. At least I hope not. That would be annoying. At least the evidence went away by itself, so I'm not in immediate danger. Holy shit, finally! All doors must open, as all lives must end. That one was very stubborn, though. It must have been, sent in it. Someone who lives to 100 years of doors. I should not try to use words that are more complicated than they really need to be. That is gonna barely take inside the notoriety catch, isn't it? Well, of course it is. So that's another warded door. That's the mother of Snake, or the mother of, or the sister of it. That's a serpent. That, I believe, has a curse, so... And that's a Latin book that I don't need, because I already speak Latin. Or read Latin, at least. Shaven Lock Tantra. This is a Phrygian. That's an Aramaic. And that's in Fusi. I speak one of these languages. Or, well, technically two. If you... I'm just gonna let these voiceless dead expire. Hey look, my Latin book has actually gotten me 2 coins instead of 1. And double, hey look, he made that notoriety into some evidence, which and then immediately gonna send a fucking dead guy to it, destroy, because that will not be suspect at all. I have way too many of these sort of truths all of a sudden. The sister and witch were born in 2 wombs, one poor, one rich, across the sea. The sister was stronger in the aspect of heart, and so their survival was assured. The witch was stronger in the aspect of Grail, and so they were not satisfied. Oh look, my minion died. Second minion, go! That could either be really bad or just kinda bad. Lockwood Fan. That should be the last one. Formulae Vigilant. Skip me. When the sister and witch came from the west, the Red Grail permitted their ascension, but then grew jealous of their power. It lured a great musician into the ranks of its names and caused him to be reborn from blood as a heart hour, so that the Grail might maintain dominion there also, but its victory is not assured. I'm gonna need a new voiceless dead, aren't I? Yep. One subtle fracture. I can use this for some the fracture. And now the big question, will my RNG screw me? Honestly, I think I can generally send someone into the Forgotten Mithraeum just fine, because that's just a hidden door. That shouldn't injure anyone. You would need to be extremely stupid for you to injure yourself with that. I really do not need that restlessness right now. Maybe I can use it. Holy shit, he actually failed at converting the clue into evidence. Or, I guess, upgrading the evidence. Oh god, no, he cloned it. That's almost worse. No, I want the sunset right. Got. Mouse, cooperate. I say as if it's not my fault. Maybe if I can nuke that notoriety, then it's not too terrible. Although, of course, I'm getting more notoriety because I sometimes don't consider the consequences of my actions. One voiceless dead. That should at least make my life slightly easier. I uttered the word should there. Right, Mr. Voiceless Dead. Fortunately, I might get lucky in this this hunter might leave before my notoriety comes out. One additional voiceless dead. Yeah, screw your evidence. Screw you. The Elegabaline Manacle and a cracked Noonstone. Not the most interesting of finds, but oh well. Oh no, I'm sick again. Well, I don't need rebellious spirits. Off you fuck. Sickness must be purged. And once again, the game's trying to get me killed. I'm throwing everything at the same time. My minion has destroyed all the evidence. Well, except for that one. See if Leo can get rid of that. So I at least have a stable position to return to. Don't need professional muscle. Should have known that would happen. 5 moth. No, thank you. Moth I can get myself. You turn into that. Even in the snow, in the silence in the white, without colors, life will never quite cease. Let's see if I can summon something slightly stronger. The answers are probably not. But I'm still dealing with these pounding airs anyway. That's not what I meant. You. And you. One per Cussicant. And what the hell not? Who knows? Might be useful. We call upon the Ringyu, who is succulent. But succulent is not good enough. We want a renewed Ringyu. I watched the Dojal, brain. Watch the curse hit me anyway. Honestly, I think I could have used that restlessness. Oh well, here's another one. The curse shrivels, and thank goodness for that. I should have attended that thread. Locksmith's Dream, some stained gloves. I actually think I can promote some of my people now. Which is good, because that also means I can do some other stuff. Because combining this with that... worthless. And that's eaten my notoriety, so... and that'll solve itself. Actually, no more. Anyway, I think about where I'm gonna call it. This looks like it's a decent place to stop. Well, maybe read this. The Locksmith Dream. In this volume, notoriously Carl Mia's prose begins to disintegrate, and it is not clear which dreams are in fact her own. We'll read this and then we'll stop. The woman in the sand-colored robe has told me the stairways of the monsters go ever up. Death is down. The mother of Anne guards both directions with each of her heads, and so the passage must always be through a wound. I think the white door might be a wound. That's one reason the dead sometimes pass it. I think I have the other half of the secret now, and I hope my readers can put both halves together. So yeah, Trial by Bot, my script please. Let's see, we're probably gonna be raiding Cloudy. Yep. Looks like it. Cloudy is playing Katana Kami, I see. So, yeah. My script. So Cloudy is playing Katana Kami, which is kind of a weird Diablo thing, I guess. Not really, but kind of. He's also a pretty cool dude. Pretty chill voice. I would like to thank everyone who stopped by, kept me company. Thank Valiant for always being here. I would like to thank Lucia for raiding me. And, as always, do not be a stranger, because that is my job. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Later. I should probably do that before I sign off, shouldn't I? Why do I even have a script if I don't follow it?